Okay, today we're going to get into using some of the skills you developed in measurement to do an actual drawing or start a drawing, an orthographic projection, which means 3 views of an object. This will be showing the front, top, and right end views of that object so that someone could take your drawing and actually go to the scroll saw and actually build that object. And we're going to start out very simple and move on to some harder ones later on, but we'll just get through part of this. So when you're finished, I'll need you to take a picture of what you've got, what I've shown you to do today, and just send it to me. Now I know some of it's not going to be very straight and very accurate, and that's fine. Just do the best you can, and I'll take into consideration. Normally, we would get out T-square, triangles, drafting board, and everything would be perfectly straight. And I'll show you some of the drawing that you would normally be doing. But since we're not in school together, you'll have to do it kind of freehand and with using a straight edge. But I'm going to use my assistant Milo here to hold the camera today. And as you can see, here's Milo. Milo's my therapy dog that's going to hold the camera for us today. Down, Milo. Don't bite. If I can get this set correct and turn properly. Maybe not. Okay, there we go. I think that'll work good. Okay, and as I said before, you're going to need like a ruler. If you've got one, it's great. Any kind of straight edge will work, a piece of wood or maybe even a folder or book or something like that to draw the orthographic projection drawing, which I said is going to be the front, top, and the right end view of this object right here, which this will be the front. Let's kind of look at this. This will be the front, this will be the top, and this will be the right end view of it. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Normally, our drawing, when you're completed, would look like this, okay? You would put a 1/2-inch border around it. You draw the front, the top, the right end view, put your measurements on, and turn it in. But as I know, you're not going to be able to do that without the T-square and triangle. So we're going to do it just starting here with, you need a blank piece of paper. And what we're going to do to start with is just come up about 1 inch from the bottom and draw a straight line across. Now, it's not going to be perfectly straight, but just look over here and see how much room's over here, how much room's over there. We could measure it, make an inch, but we're not going to be that accurate right now. So I draw a light line, and make sure you draw light lines, not dark lines. And we're going to go over about 1 inch on this side right here, and we're going to draw a line up and down like that. And that's going to be, this is going to be our starting point for drawing this line right here. Okay, and then we're going to draw this front view, which is this surface and that surface. So if we look at our drawing here, and I've got the paper to tell you how far this is, and I don't think it'll fit in here very well, but we might be able to see the front view there. You can see that the front view is 4 inches wide. So we go over here, and I actually measure, I'm going to measure 4 inches, and we'll measure 4 inches up here at the top. And we're going to connect those 2 lines. That will give us the width of both our front view and our top view here, okay? So then we look at our object here, and this is this surface right there. That's the front, and this is the top one above it right there. This is 4 inches wide. We got that. We see that this is 2 inches tall. So the next thing we need to do is go up 2 inches. From our starting point, go up 2 inches and go over here 2 inches, and bring your lines all the way across your paper because you'll use them in your other views. So there is that, okay? And that's 4 inches wide now and 2 inches tall. And if our object was just a rectangle like this, flat with no step on it, that we'd be done. That would be looking at that from the front view, but it's not. Our front view, it has a step here. So we have to show that there's a surface here and also a surface up there. And to do that, we have to figure out, it says here on our drawing that this step is 1 inch tall. So we go up from our starting point, 1 inch, or from 11 to 12 is 1 inch. And we come over here and do that there. And Draw that line all the way across, lightly. Everything should be light to start with. Okay, now, if you notice, this is our front view now, and I'll try to get this so you can see it, but this is the front view, and it may be too light, I don't know if you can see it on there or not, of this right here. Okay, that's the front view that fits right there, but we're going to go ahead and darken that front view in then. Okay, we're going to take this, draw a line straight across to there. Now we're making our lines darker. And you can stop and pause this, whatever you need to do, because you probably can't stay caught up as I'm doing it. So just pause it until it tells you the next step what to do, and then you can go on. So I'm going to finish this up here. And like I said, you may have to estimate, if you don't have a ruler, what some of the measurements are, but that should divide that in half, because that's what this shows right over here. And Milo is doing such a wonderful job today, and all I have to do is feed him a couple times a day, and I've got plenty, as you guys know, Mr. Robbins has plenty of food back there to take care of making sure Milo gets fed each day. Okay, now the next thing we need to do is go up an inch from our top view to our front view. We always leave an inch in between our front view and our top view. So I'm going to go from 4 to 5 right there. I'm going to go from 4 to 5 right there and draw that line lightly across to start our top view. Okay, so we draw that lightly across there. Then we look at our top view here, which is going to be looking down at this object from the top, looking straight down at this. You'll see this surface and that surface, and you notice this surface is a little bit smaller than what this surface is here. But the whole thing, it says, is 1.5 inches. Okay, so we go up 1.5 inches from the beginning of our top view, 1.5, and over here, 1.5, and we draw that line straight across. Now, once again, if our top view was just a rectangle like this, solid, there wouldn't be any lines across in the middle of it. But as you can see, there's two lines, there's a step here, there's a surface here and here where it steps down. So we've got to put a surface here and divide those two off. And if we look over here on the right end view, it says that this distance right here is 1/2 inch, which is the same as the top view there. So we go over, down from the top, okay, down from our top right here, where we went up 1.5 inches, we go down 1/2 inch, and you'll realize if it was 1.5 inches and you go down 1/2 inch, that's going to leave an inch on the bottom section. So we lightly draw that across. Okay. And then we're ready to go back. We've got our top view done. Okay, we've got our front view there. Now we've got looking at this object from the top and a space in between there. So actually you can erase. These should be really light in between there, and erase that in there. And we're going to darken in now, darken in our top view. And like I said, you're not going to be able to get it straight. You're going to have slips. You want to try to do as neatly as possible. I tell the students in my classes, neatness does count in here. You don't want to have a lot of erasers and smudges and stuff like that on your paper because it's more difficult for the person that's trying to build it to read and that sort of thing. Okay, and then I'm going to go back and darken in the side of it. And this side. And now we have our front view, which we want to write, and I'm just going to write it here in all capital letters. You want to use all capital letters in your best printing and as much a straight line as you can. We would normally draw little guidelines to draw those, but we're just going to draw it on here. All capital letters. Front view. Okay, and up here is our top view. Okay, there's our top view. So we got the front view and the top view of this object right here. And that's all we're going to do for today is to draw the front. I'll show you how to do the right end view over here tomorrow, how to draw the right end view. But just for today, I want you to just remember that this is called an orthographic projection drawing. And it's 3 views of an object: the front view, the top view, and the right hand view is if you're looking straight in at that object like this. As you're looking straight down at it, you would see that. If you're looking straight down at this, you would see that. And then we'll do the other view tomorrow. So keep working on your ruler, playing the ruler game. If you get a high score, get something over 1,000, just send me what your score was and stuff. You need to keep practicing measurement. If you don't understand it, go back and review the video that we did yesterday, and we'll complete this drawing tomorrow, and you can send it. But remember, after you've got the first part of it done here, to send me a picture so I can put a grade in the grade book for you. And my Zoom hours are from 10:30 to 11:30 every day. So if you have questions, I'll be here tomorrow to answer any questions that you may have while you're trying to do this drawing. And like I said, just any blank piece of paper will work. A scrap piece of wood will work as a straight line, or even one of your folders. If you've got a ruler, of course, a ruler is even better to draw the straight lines and stuff. But thank you, Milo, for helping out today with the camera work, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.